Hi guys, it's Richard. I'm back with you again. How you doing? And sorry I haven't been around for the last couple of weeks. I've been kind of busy, with recordings and work and so forth. I do voiceovers for a living. I used to be on radio and decided to give it up after 25 years. And right now I just do voiceover recordings for radio and TV advertisements. Like for example, Drive, the new Mitsubishi ASX. Drive at Earth. For only 118,000 ringgit. Something like that. Alright, anyway, it's good to be back again. I have some time. I managed to, surf the internet and look for some vape stuff. And I managed to get myself a brand RDA, which is a rebuildable dripper atomizer. The Patriot. This is how she looks. Nice polished, what they call finish. But apparently this is not the real thing, of course. This is the clone version. I'm not sure whether it's from Tobacco or H Cigar. It didn't state in the internet, and I just bought it online, and it vapes pretty well. But I'm just going to run through the whole thing with you as well. The original, the one from the US survey, is priced about $70 US. It's got brushed steel finish. This is polished for whatever reason. This apparently, according to the seller, is a one-to-one clone, which I really don't think so. There's a couple of things that is not the same as the real thing. But let's give it a vape and see how she performs. She's chucking out the vapor all right. Not too bad. So you can sort of like see this, the fan blowing behind me, keeping me cool. Anyway, flavor is pretty good. And however, it's only got one air hole here, if you can see. Alright, I'll tell you more about it shortly. It's got the design of the eagle, the logo here. And this cost me, I think, 60 ringgit. There's another version, which I happen to have seen probably in one of the vape shops here in Kuala Lumpur, selling probably for about 85 to 100 ringgit. I think it should be about 85 ringgit. That, I think, is a closer version to the original, which is from Tobacco, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's talk about this one that I have. It's supposed to be a 22 millimeter diameter RDA, but however I took a measurement of it, it's only about close to 20. It's like 19.5, and that's why it's supposed to be flush and looking really stellar with my turtle ship mod here. I have my mechanical mod, which is 22 millimeter, so it's supposed to be straight up all the way and just the drip tip you see. But however, this is a little bit smaller, this version that I've got, and it's brushed stainless steel. It looks pretty good, I gotta say. And then it's got the logo of the eagle, the American eagle, with its wings spread open like it's about to land and catch a fish or something. Hoorah! So pretty classy for a dripper atomizer, and it's got a drip tip like that with all the lines going around, and it's got this groove line that's going around there. It's there for a reason, apparently. The reason why they've got these lines around it, it's so that it sort of like reduces the heat on the RDA, and you get a cooler vape, and it doesn't retain so much heat. So if you want a really warm kind of vape, you may not get it. All right, so it's got a it came actually with a 1 millimeter diameter air hole, but I found it a little bit too small. I've been getting so used to those airy drawers. Not that I'm into really big airy drawers where I need really big air holes, but I kind of got used to a little bit airy and a little bit tight, not too tight, not too airy as well. So, and 1 millimeter I thought was a little bit small, especially if you're going to be doing a double coil. I've got a double micro coil here, dual micro coil with cotton in here, in actual fact, I should have 2 air holes, but there's only 1 air hole. I don't know why they only put 1 air hole. It's just 1 millimeter. And what I did was I took a 1.5 millimeter drill bit and made it a little larger, you know, so the air hole is bigger, and I get a little more airy draw, which is quite comfortable actually. And probably later on, if I'm going to stick to my dual coil, I will try and drill another hole on this side as well of the RDA. Otherwise, if you're just doing a single coil, I think a single air hole will be just enough. Okay, besides that, you've got these grooves here, and like I said, it's supposed to take away the heat. And if you look underneath the hood, yep, it's like that. And that's my drip tip right in the middle there. The walls of this what do you call RDA is a little bit thin, so you get a cooler vape. If you're thinking of a nice hot warm vape, you know, chances are I think you're not going to get it, because if it's a thin wall, it won't what do you call retain the heat any longer than you would like it to. And the drip tip is also got grooves on it, like I said, to disperse the heat so that you don't get your lips burnt. You know, sometimes how, you know, drippers can get really hot up here and you can get your lips burnt by accident if it's too hot. Okay, and what I've got here, I'm not going to take out the wick and all that again, because I've just built it and it vapes pretty well. You can see it's got a recessed what do you call this, juice pool, so to speak. That's my term for it. And it's about a 1 millimeter deep pool. And I've built a dual coil. It's about 0.7 ohms, all right, micro coil with cotton in there. It's got 3 poles. The center one, as you can also see, is the positive pole, and you've got 2 negative poles at the side. And it's screwed down, and it's got these holes right underneath here, so you can trap your wire in there and just screw down the wire. All right, it's pretty cool, and I've got my setup here done. All right, the setup is not too bad. It's got 2 O-rings here, just to make sure your cap stays on and it doesn't fall off in case you hold on to the cap. And let me try that and see. Let me line that up, put it back in. There you go. So it stays pretty firm on your mod, and it doesn't just drop off. Alright, you could change the drip tip if you'd like to. In fact, the top, it's also polished. It's quite nice actually. It's got this little area where they just smoothen it down, and you know, it looks good when you have your drip tip put into it. So this drip tip came with the RDA, and then you've got your Patriot logo. That's about it. And like I said, you know, preferably if I'm doing dual coil, I would drill another hole here, you know, get another hole drill here. But the problem is, if I use my own drill, it may not be powerful enough to, you know, get a hole through this stainless steel. The original, I think it's stainless steel 313, if I'm not wrong, and in the US, and it's brushed steel. So, but more or less they're about the same. And let's see, let's take another vape before we call it a day. Chucks out the vapor, like I said, but for a single hole it's pretty tight, so I'm going to do that, drill another hole and get a more airy vape. Flavor, it's pretty spot on. You get a lot of, you get the flavor, and it's not too bad actually. I've got this juice in there, Mountain Oak Vapors, Cool Berry. Well, there you go. That's the Patriot Clone RDA. I like to tinker around with things, and once in a while get these clones, just play around with it. Well, thank you for watching, and if you have any comments you'd like to make, please feel free to put it down. And till then, have a good day and vape safe. Bye.